What's going down, my YTG? It's your boy Hendrix. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute since I've done this, and I told you guys the Mystics game film breakdowns were incoming. I held off on the team film breakdown, and when I was clipping it, I just decided to let me just do a player profile because there is a player that I've been watching, and I've also been breaking down her film, and that obviously is Kiki Iriafen. And I wanted to get into some of her film breakdown because you know what it is on this channel. I really try to attack women's basketball underdevelopment because I believe a lot of these players are being, short-served basically because no one is helping them improve on the things that would bridge the gap between their talent level and skills. My returning viewers, my returning subscribers, you know what it is. That's what the objective of my channel is to bridge that gap. These type of videos are here to show you why this player isn't that good or why this player isn't that great yet. It's not to say that, hey, this player sucks. It's to say that, hey, look at what this player could be if certain things were fixed in their game. And this is why, I have my, my differences with people within and around the game of women's basketball, and especially within, the player development realm, because these are fixes that would take a player to insane heights. I believe Kiki Iriafen is only playing on about 5 to 10% of her potential. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. I believe this first clip was just a quick highlight of something that I do like about Kiki Iriafen's game, and that's just her ability to read and post seal. I'm glad to see that Kiki understands that, hey, I can duck in, seal this player. I'm strong enough, I'm big enough, I'm more athletic, seal this player, get my mismatch, get fed in the post. And she does have competent bigs around her, the Aaliyah Edwards, Shakira Austins of the world, to get her the ball so she can get easy layups like this. This is how I know the right skills for these players aren't being developed in college, is because of plays like this. One thing I noticed about Kiki, like one of her biggest weaknesses is that she doesn't know how to fall. I'll try to explain that rather quickly, but this is a problem for a lot of WNBA players out there. They don't know how to fall, as in they don't know how to allow their body to basically lean into different positions while staying on balance. And one of Kiki Iriafen's biggest problems is that she doesn't know how to stay on balance with the ball. So she panics. A lot of the time she panics, like even just simple moves, she'll panic with the ball in her hands. Kiki Iriafen entered college with the athleticism to dunk. Kiki is one of the most athletic forwards in the league right now still, and she hasn't even had one career dunk yet. So as she comes off of this screen here, she gets this ball. Now, I can tell you right now, if in college they were developing her skill set of trying to dunk in game, Kiki sees this as a runway, because technically this is a runway. She's catching the ball. Brianna Jones is on her left. Brittany Griner standing in the danger zone, so she's not stepped out of the restricted area. So if she was in college working on boom, power dribble, explode up to the hoop, try to empty the trash on whoever's under the hoop, Kiki sees this as a runway. Right? So here she goes. She drives right here. This could be a simple attack the hoop, get the ball as high as you can. Brittany Griner can't jump with you. Brianna Jones can't jump with you. This is basically a power layup waiting to happen. Or try to throw it down on them, right? You have the athleticism to do that. Or a simple floater, a simple runner. This is a clear runway for somebody like Kiki, but instead she passes it off because she doesn't think that that's an opportunity for her to score. And as you can see with her pump fakes right there, she kind of just throws the ball. She's not really in balance with her pump fakes and within her triple threat position. So she's kind of off balance right here, and then she shoots it off her palm, which lowers your accuracy to make a layup. All right, here she's coming off the pick, picks up the ball and starts pivoting. All right. And then just wheels away. Okay, I've said this to Sabrina Ionescu many times before. Stop picking up the basketball. I understand that Kiki isn't really a confident ball handler. Her dribble isn't as secure. Stop picking up the basketball. You pick up the basketball, you make life harder for yourself, and you make the defense's life easier. So here she catches, she gets a nice little footwork jab step right here, tries to go against Nas, takes one dribble and just picks up the ball. Stop picking up the ball. If you are nervous about the defenders being around you, digging and trying to get the ball away from you, secure your dribble. You can always lower your dribble, pound the ball into the floor, keep it alive. You remain a threat. You remain more of a threat when the ball is still live. Once she picks up the ball here, now she's not really a threat. She gets a nice little post hook right here, but again, she just limits her offensive option by picking up the ball. This is where I talk about Kiki Kiki's IQ. Kiki kind of lacks, this isn't a sole Kiki problem, but she kind of lacks like the IQ. The game has not been slowed down for her. And whoever's working with her in terms of player development, that's what they should be doing. They should be trying to slow the game down for Kiki, because a lot of the time Kiki is just out there running the hell around. So here she catches the ball right here and just goes immediately. I can tell there's zero processing going on right here. Space is to her left, but instead she dribbles directly towards the defender to shoot the one dribble pull-up. Now, Kiki Iriafen, she has a one dribble pull-up in her bag, but there's no reason to be dribbling towards the defender to take a one dribble pull-up. When there's space, Shakira has already cleared space to the left. Kiki should be taking that one dribble to the left towards space and pulling up. That'd be a much better shot. But again, it's because Kiki's running around so much and she doesn't necessarily know what she's doing, and everything's just go, go, go. If the game is slowed down for her, if she learns how to slow the game down, then she understands where her spot is. And this one is kind of evident. Here we are in the post. So we actually take a couple of dribbles in the post again, and then pick up the ball, and then we're just shuffling our feet, and Kiki doesn't even recognize that she traveled as well. This just makes me question, what are you doing in practice? If your player doesn't understand that she just traveled, or she doesn't understand that her footwork was just off, what are you doing in practice? Are you not doing these moves in practice? Are you not walking her through how to do a couple dribble drop step moves and understanding where her pivot is and what foot she can't pick up? Because this right here is a lack of IQ, but you as player development staff should be responsible for fixing this. And Kiki does this a lot, as we'll see later on in this video. So she gets a nice little 2 dribbles here. I like to see that. Kiki isn't confident in her dribble in general, and definitely isn't confident in her post dribble, right? So a lot of the time Kiki takes dribbles in the post. She doesn't know how to use the dribble and her body, right? So sometimes she'll just pound the ball, but she won't be using her body as well. So she'll get knocked off her spot a lot of the time. But here she takes 2 dribbles, gets back to the picking up the ball and just kind of like waving the ball around again, because again, she doesn't know how to fall. She doesn't necessarily know how to stay in balance or understand her triple threat. And because she doesn't understand that, she does stuff like this, where she picks up the ball and now she's just shuffling her feet and doesn't even understand that she just traveled. So again, this comes back to slowing the game down for herself, up in the IQ, getting her sharper, getting her dribbling sharper just in general and in the post. And then if you do that, I believe now this post move is a little clean, because watch as she counters from her post hook. She can easily go up just as soon as she picks up the ball, right? She can easily go up for a nice little jump hook, but she doesn't even sell that yet. She's just so focused on going. Doesn't really sell the post hook and just immediately darts to her counter and then shuffles her feet for the travel. Here we are in the post again against Naz Hillman. Jab, dribble, beautiful fadeaway. But again, these options right here, she doesn't understand how to make this easier for herself. So here she catches the ball in the post. Naz is guarding her with her top foot. So this is Naz's top foot. She's basically trying to hedge Naz out. But this isn't really the best defense from Naz, because Kiki's outside foot is outside of Naz's frame, right? Now this is just advanced post work here, but when Kiki understands the game a little bit more, then she'll understand how to manipulate this space, right? If I want more space to operate against Naz Hillman, I got to make sure let's say this is Naz's top foot, this is her bottom foot. I got to make sure Naz's top foot at least goes down. So if her top foot goes down, now like I have more space to operate away from the hoop or even towards the hoop, right? So this jab step, notice how she takes this jab step, but Naz doesn't bite on it. Why? Because Kiki's shoulders are still facing the exact same way. So she jabs, but her shoulders don't even turn the way she's jabbing. She's jabbing, but her shoulders are still facing towards the middle of the floor. So Naz she's not gonna fall for that anyway. If we want to make this jab more effective, we got to turn our shoulders with it. Same way how if you're in the post, right? The way how you get your defender to bite, right? You got to turn your shoulders, and not just your shoulders, you got to turn your head too. So if I just turn my shoulders here, but my head's still facing this way, the defender's not going to fall for that. But if I turn my shoulders with my head, now the defender's going to follow my eyes, right? So in order to make this jab a little bit more effective, we got to turn our shoulders as well. Naz drops that back foot, drops that top foot. Now we have more space to operate, right? So here again, she doesn't really sell that jab, doesn't really understand it again. Weak dribble, kind of like that patty cake dribble that she has. So now instead of clearing space against Naz, even though Naz is solid defender, she can hold her own. Naz knocks her off her spot. into a fadeaway. So it's almost not off Kiki's own volition that she's going into this fadeaway. So now she's going into a fadeaway against 2 defenders when she could have had more space to operate if she understood how to free up the space initially and then use her dribble with her body to create space for herself. So this is a nice little midi. It's a nice little fadeaway, but life could be easier for her. All right, this clip is just, again, things that I pick up watching the game. She should be trying to punch something like this. I'm not mad with the switch up, going to the left hand, protect the ball, whatever. But again, this is a runway for Kiki. And if she was being instructed and coached and trained, hey, you got a runway like this, go punch it, she probably would. So again, this is just something I'm picking up off of the game film. Players are really have a bad habit of always trying to go off of 2 feet for layups. Now, this isn't the best pass, so I understand, but the footwork, a lot of the footwork that I believe leads to injuries is because players keep trying to go off of 2 feet on layups when they should be catching 1, 2, going off 1, catching 1, 2, going off 1. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more effective. Not every situation calls for going off of 1 foot, yes, but a lot of the time you can save yourself from injury because a lot of ACL injuries happen when you're going off 2 feet and you're twisting and turning off 2 feet. So if I'm going 1, 2, turn, that's where a lot of the injuries happen. So here Kiki catches the ball and it's the same thing, 1, 2 layup. Nothing's wrong with that, but again, you see that a lot in the WNBA, and I don't think players or staff understand that it's not the most healthy way to go up for layups. Here she gets a nice little seal. Again, love to see it. This should be an easy drop step pass for a layup. There's no reason that should be a missed layup. So if you're not in practice with Kiki practicing, boom, she gets the seal, catches the ball, drop step, maybe power dribble, go off 2, finish with the right hand, or just power dribble, 1, 2, left hand, power dribble, use the rim as protection. That's fine. Go up with the layup. This should never result in a wasted dribble and then 2 steps for Kiki. So that's something that needs sharpening. That's something that I observe that I think teams aren't helping her with. Right, here we have some post work again. Dribble, drops, good. Goes to her right hand to dribble. And again, she picks up the ball. Stop picking up the basketball. You are not helping yourself. You are making the defense's life easier. The staff should be seeing this, right? So because she doesn't understand her options or where her options are, she's just going. So boom, she just barges into Melissa, easy offensive foul. Here we see Kiki with another great seal again. Boom, lob pass from Shakira Austin. Right here should be a shot for Kiki. Kiki's, again, a lot more explosive and a lot more athletic than Megan Gustafson. Right here, she's point blank right under the hoop. And again, she's holding the ball and damn near falling off balance again. As soon as she catches this ball, she should be exploding up for a layup, right? Or if you want to use a little bit IQ right here, you feel that defender on your back when you're catching the ball. You know that defender's giving you no space. Jump. You jump ever so slightly backwards. So now that contact from the defender is like pushing you forward. Easy call for the ref to make. And also it can clear up some space for you to maybe get a potential and one. Or I can go immediately power dribble to the other side of the hoop, right hand layup, right? Instead, Kiki catches right here. Now she's pivoting again. She puts the ball on the ground, picks it up again, falling off balance, traveling all over the place, and once again, it results in a turnover. But here on defense, again, what do I always say about closing out? We close out to space. We do not put our hands up. Put your hands down. You put your hand out, you put your hand up, you're asking to be beaten off the dribble. So we want to contain the shot first with our presence before we worry about putting our hands up, because when you put your hands up, you're off balance. So boom, Kiki puts her hands up, easy blow by. I think that's Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, easy assist to Brianna Jones. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you all checking it out. Hopefully, someone's able to see this. If you want to tag Kiki Iriafen on my, Instagram or whatever, send it to her. Hopefully someone's able to see this, but that's how I'd break down Kiki Iriafen's game. And from those breakdowns, that's how I would create workouts basically and drills and find the skills that I would want to work on and sharpen so that Kiki can sharpen those skills herself and tap into more of her potential. Okay, if you thought this video was entertaining, informative, insightful, let me know in the comment section. Drop a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. It's been your boy Hendrix. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be blessed. Peace.